Hey guys, and welcome back to
A Cringe.
My name is Chat Chat. Not really. And I found another really cool alpha podcast. It's my alpha podcast. Every week, I'm going to blame 100% of my problems on 50% of the population, say a bunch of words that I think make me sound smarter, but in reality have as much meaning as the final paragraph in a research paper.
Basically, the more partners a woman has, the less likely she is to have a happy marriage. And so I think that's why historically we've always protected women and tell them to not be outside of marriage, because the bond is so strong for women during sex. We release a hormone during that men don't.
In conclusion, do not engage in the dirty and squirty. A study found that 169% of women that did the dirty and squirty before wedlock were 420% more sad, mostly because during the act, women secrete hormones, glue that bonds them to their partner. It is a huge mess, so ladies, stop being such sluts. I'm just kidding. I don't have a podcast yet, but this person does. And this time it's a little different because the alpha in question is a woman.
What are your thoughts on Andrew Tate?
I think he speaks a lot of truth, and a lot of women don't want to hear it. Oh, if you sleep around, that is not attractive to guys. They don't want you to know that you age out of the dating marketplace.
So we have friendly fire. There's some espionage. It's kind of a Benedict Arnold situation. Guys, is it just me, or are the British kind of slaying right now? You're right, they're slaughtering us out there. No, I mean, they're killing it. Yes, we've lost half our men. I'm gonna switch teams. Wait, are you betraying us? Losing a war is so beta. I've been shot 5 times. I'm not gonna be on the same side as a bunch of soy boys. I've seen a bunch of stitches to her videos this past week, but had a lot of trouble finding her TikTok because apparently they keep deleting it.
They banned account number 3, but you can't get rid of me, baby! You can't get rid of me, baby! Account number 4! Account number 4!
But her YouTube is still up and she goes by Just Pearly Things, which is kind of a weird contradiction. Imagine you're strolling on the beach with the waves crashing gently. You find a clam and you pry it open to find a beautiful, sparkling pearl. And then it starts spewing misogyny at you.
You would look so much better if you smiled more. Don't be such a beach.
The reason that I think feminism is a hate group is because oftentimes the things that they advocate for are at the cost of men.
I saw a lot of people this week labeling her as a pick-me.
And to everyone calling me a pick-me, I'd rather be a pick-me than a skip-me. So yeah. If you want to call me a pick-me, call me a pick-me. Bye.
Which, if you don't know what that means, it's basically a woman who tries to separate herself and make it clear that she's not like other girls. Because other girls suck. They wear short skirts, I wear t-shirts. And then they say mean things to me, like you can't only wear t-shirts and your genitals are showing. Like, what? If you'll look at these titles, most of them reference modern women a lot and in a negative way. Because as we all know, modern women want rights and stuff, and that's bad. Modern women blame everyone but themselves. Modern women cannot be helped. These women put men in jeopardy. Just come with me right over here.
Where are you taking me?
In jeopardy.
What is jeopardy?
Correct. The only women we like are old-fashioned ones that don't show their ankles and churn butter. She wears long skirts. I wear long skirts because it's $17.75. T-shirts haven't been invented yet, and neither has today's sponsor. This video is sponsored by Raycon. Raycon offers quality audio products at half the price of other premium brands without sacrificing sound or comfort. I have Raycon's everyday earbuds, which have over 50,000 5-star reviews, by the way, and they're super comfortable thanks to their optimized gel tips. These come in a few different sizes, so you can change them out until you find the perfect fit for you. Then they won't slip or budge no matter how much butter you're churning. They offer 8 hours of playtime and 32 hours of battery life on one charge. They also have 3 different sound profiles that you can switch between by holding the left earbud for 3 seconds. This customizes your sound to focus on bass, balance, or pure sound to hear every single note. Or if you want to focus on eavesdropping on the couple next to you on the plane, you can hold the right earbud for 3 seconds to toggle awareness mode, which lets surrounding sound flow into your earbuds. If you want to check them out, just click the link in my description or go to buyraycon.com/chadchad for 15% off of your Raycon purchase. Thank you to Raycon for sponsoring today, and let's get back to the video. In all of our other alpha podcasts, there's usually one who does all the talking, and then there's the other guy who's mostly there to just agree with everything the other one says. You know, like a true alpha.
Yeah.
Pearl is kind of different because she's the one who mediates this podcast, but she still manages to be a yes person somehow.
Whether a boy or girl, it's 100% your responsibility what happens in your life.
I think it's more on the girl because we have more power.
Right.
We have more power than men do in every instance. But it doesn't,
yeah.
but no. Okay.
That's terrible.
No, sorry, you're right, actually. You're correct.
She'll say something and then look around waiting for everyone else to agree and encourage her to go on.
It's like a handshake. And that's what I mean.
Kind of like a child who forgot their lines at a Christmas play. And on that night, there were 3 wise men. There were 3 wise men. And then Mary gave birth to baby Jesus.
Good, yes, go on.
And because Mary got pregnant out of wedlock,
You're doing great.
she has 0 societal value because men don't want females with a body count. I'm so proud of you.
We do need men, though. We do.
We don't need them.
We do. Who do you call to get your car fixed? A man or a woman?
So I fix my own car.
Only men can be mechanics, everyone. Sorry, just do a woman job, like read from iPad or be named after slimy thing a mollusk makes.
I can do.
Okay,
I'm most mechanics.
Your
I can
your power supply. Who runs it? Who runs the infrastructure of society? Men or women?
So essentially what she's saying is that we need the patriarchy because the patriarchy said we need the patriarchy. Guys, and I mean, look at him. He seems trustworthy.
Put the rights in the bag.
Who runs the infrastructure of society? Men or women?
We know who's in charge of more things and who has been historically. That's kind of the problem. Just because you're named after the byproduct of an oyster doesn't mean you have to have the same thought process as one. Pearl initially blew up because of this TikTok, which I'm going to put a big old warning and timestamp over because if you don't want to watch this garbage, I don't blame you.
Name one girl that looks good at 300 pounds. Name
I don't
one.
know what 300 pounds is.
Do you think you want to keep them fat so you don't have to compete with them?
Ooh.
Lucky for you, there's a lot of girls plumping themselves up right now. I'm motivating them to get on the treadmill. Look at it.
If you love someone, you tell them the truth.
So not only is she an adult iPad kid, she's also a fat-phobic adult iPad kid.
I'm going to be talking about Whale Attack Part 2 for talking about whales. And you're still a whale. Like, I can't.
She refers to plus-size people as whales multiple times on her account because she just cannot stop thinking about the ocean. It's ingrained in her gastropod brain. She hasn't had a Krabby Patty in years, guys. Cut her some slack. She's homesick.
I said, name one girl that looks good at 300 pounds.
She uploaded a 10-minute response to everyone being reasonably upset with her, and does anyone want to guess what her defense of this clip was? You're not going to get it. It's totally original for an Alpha podcast. We've never heard anyone say this before.
On TikTok, a clip was taken of me. It was a bit out of context. You know, sometimes maybe I make fun of them a little too hard.
Oh, it's out of context. Okay, I was about to be upset and act like words have meaning or something. Hey, Alice, can I ask you something? Hey, you are so stupid and ugly. What the hell? That was literally out of context. Calm down. Okay, never mind. I think you're a stinky piece of garbage and I hope Josh leaves you at the altar. Is this still out of context? Or? Obviously, yes. What were you gonna ask me? Do you want to be my maid of honor? Oh my god. Yes, I would love to. This is so great. She's also drinking about 14 drinks during this video and keeps pausing to take sips. I guess she's dehydrated from being so salty all the time.
I don't really mind being made fun of. I feel like it's part of the game. I feel like okay.
I don't know if they're supposed to make this seem like more of a casual little vlog, but it's not translating that way. I know you're all insulting me because I insulted you first, but I could not care less. Obviously, she has low self-esteem and internalized a lot of it. Psychologically, she is constipated, but so is everyone else, okay? We're all constipated in our hearts. Just go to therapy or go to therapy while you're taking a shit. And how does that make you feel? Shitty.
Like, I think if a woman cheats, she's trying to leave you. If a man cheats,
Yes.
he's just like, it's like a handshake.
Yeah.
Why is the exposure turned all the way up in these clips? We need to get their editor over to the House of Dragons team. We can't see. We must insist you turn the brightness up.
You can absolutely sleep with a woman who you may find very attractive and very sexy and everything else, but your heart is still completely with another woman.
I'll explain to you like this.
Hey, I wonder if this guy has ever cheated on a partner before. Do you think he's cheated on a partner before? Because I don't think he has. Your Honor, really, when you think about it, as a man, I am biologically prone to setting that building on fire. Now, if I were a woman, then this would be arson, yes. But when I do it, it's just like lighting birthday candles.
I think women are just more emotional.
Yeah.
True, yes.
Like women are more likely to wage war.
To do what? To do what?
To wage war.
How are there statistics for things that haven't happened, Pearl? You can't just be like, well, I know this technically hasn't happened, but if it did, this is definitively how it would.
Like percentage wise. Like I know more men have because more men have been in power, but women are actually more likely to do it when they're in power.
What percentages? You can't just scientifically back a hypothetical. Let's take your theory and apply it to this diagram here. So first, identify the problem, women, obviously. Number 2, collect data. This one's a little difficult because you don't fucking have any. And 3, create a hypothesis. So do women start wars? Have women worn wars? Then will women wear wars?
Like, I feel like a lot of problems would be solved if we got rid of birth control and social media.
What do you think is the biggest challenge for women when it comes to social media and what they see on a daily basis?
I think it inflates like women's ego. So like I think a lot of times we think we're hotter than we are.
I don't know if they don't have Wi-Fi in Bikini Bottom, but this is famously the opposite effect of social media. Are you saying that you scroll through Instagram just thinking to yourself, you know, I was feeling pretty self-conscious, but now that I've seen all of these unattainable beauty standards, I'm feeling a lot better?
I think it inflates like women's ego.
No matter what they're saying, they use this same sad piano track in the background of every YouTube short.
I think that modern women are impacted and influenced.
And they don't even pay for it. You can hear the watermark playing over and over and over.
It's influenced.
You guys can afford 21,000 microphones, but not a single copyright-free track. Women can camouflage their entire bodies like chameleons, and they communicate with satellite dishes that pop out of their... And if you don't believe me, I'm gonna repeat the same thing, but with Piano Sonata number 9 in F major. Women can camouflage their entire bodies.
The modern woman is a walking contradiction. Generally narcissists, and they are the first women in, I think, probably most of history that they tend to destroy what they love and chase what they hate.
Are we certain that you're describing women and not one of the villains from Scooby-Doo? And I would have gotten away with it too if it wasn't for those meddling alphas with their Shure SM7Bs. Thank you.
They have a number of things they want, but generally I think the modern woman doesn't want to love. I think the modern woman wants to feel more than anything.
She doesn't want to love, she wants to feel, because love isn't a feeling anymore, I guess. I like how they talk about women as if they're an entirely different species. Even Pearl, they act like they have women in glass cages that they've been studying. Test subject 3008 is still maintaining the sleep schedule of an anxious barn owl. Subject constantly complains about recurring sharp pain in random parts of body, but would rather tempt death than drive to a doctor's office. Subject also continues to eat a bowl of birth control and milk every morning while reciting some sort of ritualistic chant.
I mean, virtually all women in the Western world now, under a certain age, are modern women to various degrees.
Modern women are feminists. I guess he's explaining how women are feminists.
Some adopt it all wholesale, some are more resistant, but overall, it's influenced and permeated through society over the last few decades.
Did you say permeated? Are you making mead? Virtually all women in society are women in society to various degrees. And I tend to believe that women are kind of fermented in their spirits, and keeping this in mind as such.
Is this a filibuster?
Guys, no, come on, I hardly know her.
He's happier in his relationship when he's had 8 or 9.
Yeah, I attest to that. I think the more women I'm with, the more I've worked out what it is I want and what I don't want. It left me in a position where I knew exactly what I wanted, what was completely non-negotiable.
So essentially you have a love life, and it helps you understand what you like or don't like in bed, and eventually it helps you understand what you're looking for in a partner and leads to long-term happiness in a relationship. If you're a guy, sorry, did you think I was, no. If you're not a guy, you lose 25% of your value every time a dick passes you in the street.
Usually in a time of crisis, that's when our natural selves come out.
That's why when crisis hits, women start to do household chores.
The other guys face consequences for their decisions. Like that's the whole point. Is like, like men, when they make a bad decision, they always have a consequence. Women don't.
This is also true. My period started yesterday, so I waged war on France. Fuck them. I just told them that my tummy hurt, and they forgave me.
And that's why women are worse, because one gender has consequences, one doesn't.
And that's why women are worse.
You're not supposed to say that part out loud, Pearl. You're supposed to at least pretend you're not a terrible person. You're not playing by the alpha rules. Well, sorry, I forgot. We have no consequences, so it doesn't, I guess the alpha rules don't apply to us.
Men, when they make a bad decision, they have the consequence immediately, where women don't.
So this has honestly been really freeing, guys. All this time, I've been trying to be a good person and do nice things for people when I could have been doing whatever I want, which is bad things, bad things, bad things, bad things. Call it there, guys. Thank you for subscribing, and if you are still here, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you clicking on my video out of all the videos that are on here, and I'll see you next time. Okay, bye.